the magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones, throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull off. Hat on and hood on, pedal to metal, when I put my foot on, I got to put on, I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one, pockets are dense.
We've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Redskins. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. His first carry of the game. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Geis with a carry on second down. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Haskins. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for him, too.
Now Haskins on first down. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Out of bounds just short of midfield. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a give, right side, it's Geis. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. It's now 3rd and 5.
Hurry up! Mike 54! Not here! Hey, Mike 52! Mike 52! Check pass.
From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Returnable for Grant. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Box it, box it, box it, box it. Come on now, come on now. 49. Go to 50. Hey, you block. Flip it in.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Get 300, get 300. 55. Hey, eat. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. All right. Switch.
To throw is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big pickup of 38. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
He's checking. Crash. No. Play.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 36 yards on the play. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now Rodgers not pleased with the setup. He's going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101 to try to...
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down inbounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check it back, check it back.
Now a handoff, Geis going right. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Come on, set. And read. Come on. Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Out. 3 down. Out. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. Here we go.
3rd down, here's Haskins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 77 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and through, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Montez Sweat coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
51 to Mike, boy, 51. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
Now it's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. It's Peters. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. These two teams all tied after 1.
Let's bring it. Check 26. Big ass. Tighten up. Wide. Get wide. Shift.
On 1st down, it's Jones, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Jones.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
midfield. Here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, his second sack of the night.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. He gets it in the hands of Geis. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing now. Haskins on 1st down. His throw incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it's going to be 2nd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. This is Geis. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here comes Grant on the return. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. That's
going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 15-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Jones. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave him with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
3-yard gain on the play. Brings up third down.
Set it! 258! Hey, 626! Shit! Check. Hey, switch gears. Coco, over here. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And taken right on the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And that will be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what did they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how did they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back.
Canada, 319. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Right.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
Hey, Haywood.
On 2nd down and 4, Rodgers. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. after the sack. They'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Check, cross. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. Here, Mike. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Right now. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Right now, you got 58. Under coach. Watch twist.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And Rodgers is going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I got you. I got you. Hey, turn it up, turn it up.
On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Pick and choose the Mike. Watch Mike. Let's go. Come on. Pick up the ball. Kill, kill, kill. Check 24. Check 24. Echo.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Incomplete in the end zone. He was covered by Jair Alexander.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
26 Mike. 26 Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. And let's pin him in.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. A tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Running right, Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards, 1st down, Packers. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the out. Check 37. Check inside.
This is Grant. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They go back to Grant, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I wonder if they just kind of outguessed themselves a little bit trying to run it on 3rd down. Probably should have gone to the air to try and pick it up. Instead, the punting unit will have to run on the field.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tim Williams. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Let's go. Double tight. Double tight. Double tight. That's it. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
They go play action now. Haskins slings this deep from McLaurin. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Over.
Here's Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Blue 58!
Again, it's Jones. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30, 10, touchdown, Washington. Darius Geis, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now the Redskin offense will stay out there and go for 2. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Redskins 15.
So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Brings up 2nd and 3. 35.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Rodgers is going to float this one deep right side. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Rodgers now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
It's second down.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hey, here we go.
Hey, black.
SOS.
Inside.
Hey, check 24.
Hey, 88.
Back.
399.
Rodgers going to throw. And he's going to go down again. Montez Sweat in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Throwing now is Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Redskins scoop it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run with Geis. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. 2nd and 5 now. Haskins. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Geis, they'll try to run it. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved that they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Hey, 626.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Taken in at the 22. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. He's going to fire one. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go. Check 50.
Inside.
Check 55 to Mike. Danny.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Get 300. Get 300.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a one-point game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Grant looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
And 10 at the Redskins' 24-yard line.
Let's go, B. Big Sears right here.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, Grant. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as he'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Zerline's kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Able to find his running back, Geis.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the 1st down, but I thought that was the key.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. He's back to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
Let's get off the field. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, hey.
4th down. Here's Haskins. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers are going to win this football game.
Is a turnover on downs.
Set it up. Green 18.
Check back. 2 times.
Green 18 down.
The Packers looking to get out of here with a win as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line. Tonight.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on.